we are using my new Presto electric digital canner today. Okay, first, it comes with the instructions. So, it has a removable, to unlock the lid, you just turn this right here and then lift it up. And the lid unlocks. You twist it and it lifts right out of there. It comes with a removable pan on the inside. It's got a little mark in there for the 3-quart level. And once you plug it in, it goes right to pressure can. And if you turn the knob, you can get it to go to where you do water bath. But right now we are pressure canning. And it comes with a manual. And it says this is like poultry, chicken, duck, goose, turkey. And it says for how to do it if you're doing without bone or with bone. And we are doing without bone. So, and we're doing pints, so it's 75 minutes. So we have to set it for 75 minutes. So, alright, we got it going. We need to put in our little pan right here that holds your cans up off, or your jars up off the bottom. So we'll go ahead and put in our water. Okay, we're now at the 3-quart mark. And now the instructions say, press the control knob to select the pressure can mode, which it's already on the pressure can. If you press it like there, it selected it. So now it stopped blinking. And now it starts at 10 minutes. And that is where you set how long you're going to pressure can. So you rotate the knob for your processing time, and we needed, let's double check that, 75 minutes without bone. So we'll go to 75 minutes. Alright, it's on 75 minutes. Okay, verify you set the right program and time, pressure can, and 75 minutes. Make sure that's all correct. Press the, looks like a play button, which is a go or next step. Now insert the jars. And you want to fill the jars halfway full of water also, and I'm going to go ahead and fill those half full of hot water, and I'll insert those. Okay, I got the jars in there. They are half full of water, and you want them sitting on the bottom, not floating and bouncing around. Anyway, says insert jars. Okay, it says right here, insert jars, and now the jars are inserted. Remove regulator. So we want to take off the weight right here. Set that aside. Okay, confirm gasket is on your sensor. Right here, make sure there's a little gasket on that. And that your gasket is all the way around and seated properly. Okay, let's look at the next step. Okay, we'll place it on. It's because of install, remove, and a locked. And here's the little U shape. You set it down over there with the install, and then it just twists on. And this is your locking device. Push it down and twist it. Press the go button or next. So let's go ahead and check that out. There it is. Now it says warm. Let's turn that a little this way. See where it says warm right there? Jar warming will take about 20 minutes. At this time, complete food preparation. My chicken is right now out. It's thawed out, and it is getting to room temperature. You don't want to put frozen chicken in there or cold chicken. You want kind of down to room temperature. Canner will beep twice and fill jars lights up. The beeper went off and now it says fill jars. So now we got the fun task of pulling each jar out one at a time. Okay, let's go ahead and unlock the lid. Lift it open. Turn the lid open. Nice and hot in there. Set the lid to the side. We'll go ahead and pull out our first jar. It says when you're canning, you got to have at least 2 quart jars in there and 4 pint jars. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and put some chicken in there. It's cut into small little pieces. So I'll go ahead and fill my jar up. And if I don't have enough chicken here, what I'm going to do is I'll fill an extra jar or 2 up with just water and pressure can some water. Well, I forgot to turn the camera on when I filled up the jars. So what I did, I just put the raw chicken in, chunks of raw chicken, filled it to about 1.25 inches from the top rim, put a half a teaspoon of salt in there, and then had the lids all nice and warmed up and wiped off the rim, set the lid on there, and then put the ring on finger tight, not too tight. Place cover on canner and lock down, lower sensor arm and turn green latch clockwise. I just did that. Confirm the regulator is not on the cover. That is this right here, because you want that valve open. Press the next button and the heating element, or it starts to heat again. The heat lights up. Once the proper temperature is reached, vent and 010 will light up and the timer will begin to count down. Which means once it starts to vent, it's got to go for 10 minutes so it gets some of that air pressure out of there and fills the container up with steam. Nice thing is, it's only been, I just barely put the cans in there just a minute ago, or if I close the lid probably 2-3 minutes ago, and I can already hear it starting to boil and get hot in there. And I can feel the air pressure starting to come out of that vent. So it shouldn't take too long to get to that process. As you've already heated the jars, the water that's in it's already hot. It stays hot. And once you put your jars back in there, it's got to get that thing heated, that water heated back up. And of course, it's heating up the contents that's inside the jar also. So once it gets to the right temperature, it'll start that 10-minute countdown. And then we'll go on to the next step. Okay, now it's switched over. It says venting and the 10-minute timer. And you can see it's starting to blow out some steam out of both vents. That vent right there and this vent right here. This is the one you put the regulator on. That's the one that has the pop-up that seals it off. The beeper is going off. The can light came on. Now it says, when venting time expires, unit will start beeping, put regulator on. And it says put regulator on right there. And so we'll go ahead and snap that on. Do not put your hand over that hot steam. As you can see, it's like solid steam coming out of there now. Go ahead and put that on. Press the advance button. And it went to 75 minutes. So now once it builds pressure and gets to the right temperature, the countdown will start. This is actually really nice. It regulates the pressure for you. Unlike a stovetop one, you have to, well, you can hear it. The pressure's building up in that. See when that pops up? Oh, there it goes. Popped up and it just sealed it off. And now it's going to start building its pressure. And this is your weight, your regulator. And it will, once it gets to 15 pounds. And one thing nice about this pressure canner, you don't have to adjust different weights for different elevations. Some canners you have to adjust by a pound or two. This one, it's pretty much all regulated in there. Sorry about the puppy. He's barking at Mama. She just got home. Okay, now just keep an eye on it. Okay, it took about 4 minutes and then it stopped where it was showing the heating process, and the countdown is going to start because now it says canning. And it is sitting at the 15 psi and the right temperature. And that regulator there has popped up, or that safety valve, so no steam is being wasted through there. It just got done with the 75 minutes. So now it says cool. When processing time expires, canner beeps 4 times, cool lights up. Cooling phase may take an hour and a half. When 010 lights up, the timer begins the final cool down. So actually, at this point, you don't do anything. Just let it go ahead and slowly cool down until for about an hour and a half, and then when the timer says 10 minutes, it'll be on its last little bit. And then when the timer expires, it'll beep 10 times, and then it'll say done. And you can press the X for 3 seconds, and then you make sure it's vented, the airlock is down, and then you can go ahead and remove your jars. Just missed it. It just released. You can hear it hissing. And I'm on the countdown. It's at 9 minutes right now. I don't know if you can read that. Oops. It's at 9 minutes. It started that 10-minute countdown, like it said, and right when it hit the 9 minutes, the safety valve released. Well, what's nice, after you start the actual canning process, the 75 minutes, you really don't have to do anything else until it says done. And then you can take the lid off and bring out your jars. You heard that? It's funny because as soon as I pulled off the lid, they were starting to pop even inside the pressure cooker themselves. I just pulled them out like a minute ago and just remembered I had to turn the camera on, and they're popping already. That's crazy. You can see, let's zoom in on that one. Show you the liquid movement in there. Pretty interesting. This is my jars of chicken the following day. Nice and cooled down. Lids are all sucked down. Ready to go on the pantry shelf. And all that liquid is just the juice that came out of the chicken itself. Alright. Y'all have a good one. Thanks for watching. Bye.